Hello Power Rangers Lightning Collection fans, and welcome back to Lightning Storm, the series where lightning always strikes twice as we talk about everything that has happened in the past week for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection. Today we have a good amount of stuff to discuss. This week was relatively interesting for Lightning Collection things. We did have to do an emergency episode on Monday, where we found out about the retail version of Pudgy Pig coming out, and happened a lot sooner than I was expecting, that's for sure. So we have that to talk about, we have some A-Squad Yellow stuff to talk about, we have In Space Pink to talk about, and some other fun stuff, because possibly I'm doing something, so, you know, we'll have to show you. So first of all, we have an update in relation to In Space Silver. So In Space Silver has started to release from Hasbro Pulse after the whole debacle with the 1027 orders and such like that. People did finally start getting them, and we actually are seeing like in-hand photos of them from Hasbro Pulse. Finally, yesterday, mine shipped from Hasbro Pulse, so I should finally be getting Zane here. Hopefully in the next couple of days. He never went back up on Pulse. He still hasn't been announced in any capacity. And it's just, you know, skyrocketing the price up there on eBay. We don't know when it's going to happen here in the US at Walgreens just yet, but I'm still always on the lookout for more information about him. So the second I find out something about it, I will be sure to tweet about it at LightningFigPR on Instagram and on Twitter, and of course I'll discuss it in a Lightning Storm. But not much to say about In Space Silver. I get asked nearly every single day about when he's going to be released in the US, besides the Pulse orders. And I have no idea. I wish that I did, but just giving you a little update on him as we start this week's episode. Speaking of releases, we also have A-Squad Yellow to talk about, because finally he is releasing yet again in the US, but this time from Big Bad Toy Store. Or actually, kind of just anywhere. I saw that he's kind of all over the place, all around the world. The Big Bad Toy Store has started to begin to ship them out to people who pre-ordered them, as well as it's actually in stock, the last that I checked at least, on Big Bad Toy Store's website. So I will go ahead and leave a link to him in the description below. This comes about a month after, or give or take about a month after, they released from Dorkside Toys in the US. So it's nice to see it finally starting to trickle out some more and everything. Pulse still taking its sweet time on that. Don't know when we're going to get it from Pulse. It's also been found in France, actually, from Amazon France, which is interesting. You know, the A-Squads, they're all over the place. They're somewhere in the world. I tracked down a whole set of them at this point, and I'm sure eventually here pretty soon we should start seeing the rest of them here. Still no greens or pinks in the US just yet. The Best Buy and GameStop exclusives, respectively. We don't know when those are going to drop just yet, but always on the lookout, so hopefully it will be soon. So next up, we got to talk about Pudgy Pig, and it's definitely been quite a weird week for that figure. After we found out that it was going to be getting a retail figure release, we found out about that last Saturday and Monday, when listings were leaking from Target and such like that. But what I did not expect to happen was in the span of 4 days, us go from a leaked listing to a Target page to the thing just being out. And this was at Amazing Fantasy Books and Comics in Frankfort, Illinois, and yeah, Pudgy Pig is just out, at least at this one random comic book store in Illinois. Which, like, you know, sure, whatever. It's just so random at this point where these figures are actually turning up. But, like, of all places, never would have thought that. I don't even know, how did they get it so early? You know, like, I don't get it. And they only seem to have a very small number, and they might even just had the one. But this picture is so fascinating to me for so many different reasons. First of all, of course, Pudgy Pig, we see it here. We see how thick of a box it has. It definitely has a thicker box than the original monster boxes. So it's a little thicker than I was expecting, which I can see that makes sense. It's a bulkier figure. You have that mohawk piece and everything for his helmet. So I definitely see where that's coming from there. Not the only interesting thing in that photo. So you see right next to it, we have, well, around it really, we have all of Wave 10. And I mean all of Wave 10, because In Space Pink is also finally out. And we had speculated that ever since we got that Hasbro customer care response back in July about the shoulder problem, where she did not have any of the white stripes painted on her shoulders that is present on literally the rest of the members of the team, people had asked and said if that was going to be corrected, and they said that it was. So we had speculated that when we did not see In Space Pink release at the GameStop Wave 10 shipments that she was being held back to be fixed. And I'll give it to them, they made an attempt. So there is a white stripe on both of her shoulders now, which is really great to see. Genuinely, really happy about that. Still not consistent though. So people pointed it out basically immediately, and I'll talk about my stance on this in a second. But Ashley, when we got her in Wave 6 in Space Yellow, you can see the white stripes on her suit, or at least on her figure, actually covered pretty much the whole shoulders, which actually is inaccurate. But I don't know, I feel like I kind of would have preferred if Cassie actually matched Ashley or whatever, because now we just have this kind of inconsistent pattern there. But at least, like I said, I will give them credit, they did paint something. They did paint some white stripes there, so I can at least give them that, and I'm happy that that's there. But like, I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, the whole team is out now. In Space Pink is out, and at least at this one random store along with this Pudgy Pig. But yeah, it's just such a weird thing. But now that we have her out, which, you know, what a complicated team to finish. In Space Silver and Pink are really elusive figures right now to finish your team. And even TJ, even his figure is hard to find right now, although Versus Packs Wave 2 have started to pop up at Targets around the country, so at least there's that. They're starting to be found a lot more, you know, readily available, and more and more I see people post about finding them on Target shelves. So at least you can get Blue here, or at least your first version of Blue, if you pre-ordered that Galaxy Glider one. But, you know, we can complete the team here. We also have some pictures of Pudgy Pig in hand and how it compares to the heights of King Sphinx, how it compares to the heights of MMPR Yellow and Red, and I think it's actually not too bad. I think it's maybe still a little too big, more big than it needs to be, but I think for the most part it's definitely a better, more in scale monster figure than we had with King Sphinx or Pumpkin Rapper, or especially Eye Guy. Let's wrap this up with Pudgy Pig here with a couple more details that I have to give you guys about it. And that is his code name. So we do have his code name. This was found on a bill of lading for him, and it was PRG BLT OCT Gutenberg. So Gutenberg is the code for our retail version of Pudgy Pig. And speaking of code names and monsters, the Eye Guy figure, which was codenamed Charlemagne, was actually also on this bill of lading as well. So the Eye Guy figure is at least on the way in some capacity, shipping alongside this retail Pudgy Pig, or close to it at least. So I would not be surprised if that starts popping up here relatively soon. And if you want to get your own version of the retail Pudgy Pig, you actually can pre-order it right now. It's actually available for pre-order on Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, Dorkside Toys, and there is a link available for it on Amazon, but it hasn't quite gone up there just yet. And then, of course, the Target link that it originally leaked from. So I will include all of those in the description below. Most of them have it for a December 2021/January 2022 release date. So we actually should be getting it here pretty soon. I mean, it is already out at that store in Illinois, so it's definitely like done and ready. But hopefully we will actually start seeing it more readily available. And it definitely seems to be more available than the PostCon one, which still is just a huge, you know, smack in the face to that release, and shot in the foot to Hasbro, because I know a lot of people are canceling that PostCon one. But real quick, here is the PostCon one. Angel Grove Collectibles in Australia did get their hands on their case of it. Looks nice. It's a nice package presentation, but like obviously, except for, you know, unless you're a Lightning Collection completionist like me, why would you want that? So I'm just, you know, except unless you really want that taco, which, you know, I get it. I get it. And then finally today we have some interviews coming out with the Hasbro team following PulseCon. This is very similar to what happened at the end of Hasbro Pulse Fan Fest back in April, where a couple of the different influencers and like the people you saw on the big fan wall and everything have been given the opportunity to actually sit down with members of the Hasbro team in a video call and ask them questions. So those have started to be trickling out here. I'm gonna kind of wait until more of them are out and everything like that to like actually recap what was said in them. Interesting things have been said so far. I've seen at least 2 of them published so far. From Hassan Ahmed, he posted his, which is really sweet, and also we have RangerLiz's, which was also really, really good. Loved that one. I know she was super excited about it, so I will link both of those into the description below. I know there's a bunch of other ones coming out. I know Ranger Command Power Hour is releasing one, I believe, today, which I will link in the description as well. I know Illuminati did one. I know that very much so, because I helped write the questions for that one, since I work on the Illuminati team. I sent the questions. So that will be fun. I know that I know Toku Chris did one, I think for Toku Nation, or Per Ranger. I'm not really sure which one it's releasing on. But I know there's a lot of those coming out, and I know there's going to be a lot more. So like I said, I'm just going to kind of wait till they're all out to kind of blanket recap all of them. But they were only allowed to ask about the PulseCon reveals. So Wave 11, I think the Walmart packaging variants that we're seeing, Deluxe Wave 1, the Z helmet, stuff like that. They were allowed to ask about. So, and we've been getting some good answers so far. So be sure to watch those. That way, by me recapping them, I'm not taking away from those or anything like that. So be sure to watch them on your own time, and we'll recap them in probably about a week or so. But just letting you know that they're out there so you guys can check them out and hear what they have to say. Alright, well, before I go here, I have something pretty exciting to launch. Or really dumb. You might think it's really stupid. It kind of is, but it's fun. You might have seen this shirt that I've been wearing this entire video as I try to step back. You see what's on it? So, I'm launching some Lightning Storm merch. That's right, guys. I'm going to be one of those YouTubers now. So, I'm launching a brand new shirt line, really just a design line for the Power Rangers Lightning Collection, or to celebrate Lightning Storm. I think it's been fun. We've had over 100 episodes. Let's try to get some more stuff out of it, And this was an idea that my good pal from Geek Each Week, Corey, came up with at Frozen Stratos on Twitter. Great dude. His idea, and then me and him kind of worked on it and brainstormed it and put it together. So this is kind of a collaboration with him. But these are going to be shirts that feature the code names of every wave. So right here we have Narrator, Pilgrim, Chaucer, and Prioress, which were the code names for Wave 11. Lightning Wave 11. So I don't know how well that's appearing on the screen, because I'm completely turned away from the camera, but you see Lightning Wave 11. Or a Lightning Bolt Wave 11 in the Lightning Storm font. So this upcoming weekend, or literally right now, the time that you're seeing this video, I'm launching 4 designs on my TeePublic page that will be linked below for Wave 1, Wave 7, Wave 10, and Wave 11. And why those ones specifically? Well, Wave 1 is the first wave. Wave 7 was the first one to use the Planet Code system and was also revealed at last year's PulseCon. Wave 10 is the most recent wave to release, and Wave 11 is the brand new wave that we just got revealed. So, these are fun. I think they're kind of stupid, but also fun at the same time, I thought, why not cash in on all the codes we talk about all the time, and they would be fun to wear during Lightning Storm and stuff like this, so that's definitely going to happen. So, like I said, if you guys would like to check them out or get your own, they're also available in like stickers and other designs and stuff. Be sure to check those out in the link in the description below. So check them out if you want them. Don't check them out if you don't want them. I don't care. But, and huge thanks once again to my friend Corey. Be sure to follow him. I'll link him down below because this was just a fun idea that we had like 2 months ago. And then we got into a Skype call and we're like, yep, let's do it. And we did it. So that's all in the description. Alright guys, well that is going to do it for this week's episode of Lightning Storm. Thank you all for watching. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFakePR. And I'll see you on Lightning Storm. This is where lightning always strikes twice.